Happy Catterday, everybody. Welcome back. The first thing you're probably noticing is the absence of the Snatch complex. Don't worry, I still did it, and I'm still going to continue doing it before getting ready for Snatch, but I don't think I'm going to include it on the videos anymore, at least not for a while. Twofold. One, because I really am never going to add weight to the bar, so there's not really going to be progress per se. And also, they were making for really long videos, so doing both complexes and recording them made for much longer videos than I'm accustomed to and what I would prefer making, so I'm going to cut them out of the recording, but I am still doing them. Now, a couple things with the hang snatch high pull plus tall snatch. The first thing is that I'm adding volume, so I'm doing 3 sets instead of 1. And the other thing is I'm adding weight to each subsequent set. So I start off with the barbell, and then I went to 55, and then went to 65. I think that was not the smartest idea. I think it pre-exhausted my shoulders, and as a result, I had a little bit of a hard time with shoulder stability underneath the bar in the receiving position. So next time I'll probably tone it back down and do 1, maybe 2 triples with only using the barbell, because I think adding weight wasn't the smartest thing to do. And I also went to 75 for my first warm-up double, whereas last time I did 65, then 75, then 85, and then 95. Now, all that being said, these first few sets aren't bad. They really aren't. They're fine. But I could tell that my shoulders were struggling a little bit with stability, and this was going to come out when I get to about set 5, or let's say what should have been set 5, and we'll get to that in just a moment. So these first opening sets, not bad, but I could tell that my shoulders were a little bit tired already. Now, for this next set, it's not the 5th one, but it should have been. First rep was fine. Second rep, I fell to my heels, and I almost had to bail, but I didn't, so that's good. And then this next one, bad stability. Just you can see the bar going forward a little bit. Yeah, that's not supposed to happen, so I didn't count either of those. I'm not happy with them. There's no reason to count them. They're not quality reps at all, so those I just kind of threw in the trash, and then I resumed. So this is set 5 that I'm accepting, and for the rest of the working sets, they did start to improve, but I could tell my shoulders were already tired, and I was just pretty much just doing what I could just to make sure that I could salvage the rest of the snatch doubles and get to my 8 working sets. So these are definitely better. So there was a mishap halfway through, and then they improved. So with this last one especially, that wasn't bad. And the very last rep, this one right here, that's decent. So not the greatest day for snatching, and I think couple things go into that. One being doing more volume on the primer and then adding weight to it, plus a couple other things I think may have contributed, but I'd say that was probably the primary one. For clean and jerk, I did omit the clean complex just like the snatch one, but I still did it. And when it came to warm-ups, I did the same ramp-ups like last time. And for 115, I thought I had the phone centered, but apparently I didn't, so you'll see most of me. And so just like last time, I did doubles with 95 and 115 before getting to singles with 135. And snatch was definitely the worst of the two, so here the clean and jerk went better. And while on video it seems pretty smooth, timing's pretty much there, but what you're not seeing is how much I'm really making sure my shoulders stay put with the receiving position, like that right there. I'm putting in more effort than I ever really need to in order to lock in 135, and usually I don't have to even think about that. But since my shoulders were tired, especially from the extra volume and being just pre-exhausted throughout the warm-up, clean and jerk wasn't exactly as comfortable as it normally would be. So while these reps look absolutely fine on the inside, I was trying a little harder than I typically would with this kind of weight, so. But overall, clean and jerk did go better. So after snatch, clean and jerk was the better of the two, and while 135 has certainly felt easier and moved faster, these are okay. I did all 8. I didn't have to redo any of them, so at least there's that. At this point in the workout, I'll be honest to everybody, I just wanted to go home. I was really unhappy about how snatch went. Clean and jerk, acceptable, and I just wanted to leave. So the strength exercises still were done, although the concept, the thought of waiting and just doing them tomorrow crossed my mind, but I knew very well that I should just get them done. I'm not going to struggle with them, or at least I was hoping not to, and it'd be better just to do them today and then take tomorrow off. So thankfully, I'm still working with 165 for both exercises, just like last time, and they went just fine. So overall, the second 2 exercises went definitely better than the first 2, but I'm also still using relatively light weight, and for the front squat, it's grand. it's dandy. There's nothing really special going on here or anything really worth talking about other than they're proper, and that's all I can really ask for. For the military press, because my shoulders were a little bit tired, the reps are going to look absolutely fine. You're not going to see anything wrong with them, but I could tell, just like the clean and jerk, I felt like I was putting a little bit more effort than I really need to and would normally have to. But upon seeing the video, you would never guess that. But on the inside, I had to put just a little bit more effort into them just to make sure that they were fine and that bar speed and bar path were okay. For the overall workout, I'm not terribly pleased with it, so I'm kind of going to take a mulligan and hope that this is kind of like a one-off, just a bad day, and I'll repeat it, of course. And while this was supposed to be part of a series of my program, like the beginning phase, I'm not counting this one at all. So I'm going to do the same workout and kind of gauge it from there. So if it's the same or hopefully not any worse, then I will deload and I'll just reset all the way back to the first day that I used weights for, which were 65 for the snatch and 130 or 95 for the clean and jerk. If it goes well, then that will be the first workout of 3 before I start to progressively overload. So it all just kind of depends. But this workout, yeah, definitely not counting it. It's not a good one, and hopefully it's just a one-time thing. So we'll see. I'll do it again in a couple days, and I'll just kind of make my decisions from there. And when it comes to the strength exercises, while these weights are still pretty much comfortable for me, I'll deload those as well if I absolutely have to. But hopefully I don't have to go to that. But I will if I need to, and that's important. If I am in any kind of slump and just need to just work with really, really, really light weights, because the focus of this one is more of conditioning than overload, I'll do that. I'll do that if I need to, but hopefully I won't. And these were the weights I really wanted to start off with, so we'll see what happens. All right, hope everybody's having a great weekend. Take care, and remember, adopt, don't shop.